Hello, everyone. This is Grand Madam of Grand Madam's Tarot. Earlier today, I participated in Goddess Church. Yes, I'm a follower of Goddess, Father, Mother, God. And one of the topics of discussion came out, our reading was about change. And since we are going through changes, or major change on a global scale, how does that impact us individually, emotionally? Why change in the first place? What is change really all about? Well, for me, it's beginning to look like it's a system upgrade. And it's a very difficult one for some, and a very irritating one for others. One thing about change, though, that I do believe we all can agree with is that change can be very, very scary. It can be as exciting and exhilarating as it can be horribly painful. So, I decided to ask the cards, why change? And this is what they said. Now, I don't know if this is in general or just for us, but this is what they said. First card out of the deck, Four of Swords. Time for rest. Next to that, the Queen of Pentacles. And what the Queen of Pentacles talks about is the person who is very focused on the pentacle, very focused on the material. Okay? And after that, we have the untold story. What needs to be said? Now that we have to rest from focusing on the material things in life to becoming more substantial. And what's happening now, the change we're experiencing now, is that this whole focus on the material is coming to an end of the cycle. This is a World card. I thought that was interesting. So basically, this is the shift. We're going from being so focused on the material world that now we have to get back into something more tangible or maybe less tangible. We will see. But what has happened recently is that we have the Hierophant. Now, in this case, in this reading, I'm going to take it as society or tradition. And right now, the society has caused a lot of pain. Our traditions have caused a lot of pain and regret. But look, 3 cups down, 2 cups behind. Things can be salvaged. And what looks like to me is that they will be salvaged with hidden knowledge, esoteric knowledge. We can no longer rely on how we've been educated, what we believe now. Because what is happening is that the hidden beliefs are causing or motivating offerings of love. Now, what are you talking about, Grand Madam? What this to me looks like is that with the changes we're experiencing now in society, there is a big shift from the traditional ways and traditional beliefs of doing things to something more esoteric, something more ancient, something more hidden. And once those beliefs are examined, explored, applied, we'll be in a position to give to each other and to ourselves again. Because right now we're almost bankrupt, spiritually, emotionally, and some of us materially. But in the meantime, it's going to cause a lot of imbalance. Change always causes an imbalance, whether it's a major change or a little irritating change. But with that imbalance, some people will be very happy because I'm hearing, I knew I was right about this all along. I knew it. I knew it. And for many of us, we'll be able to go to find a place of peace for the first time in our lives with this new information. But not only will we be finding a place of peace, we will be empowered. You see the light around this figure, the magician? The magician makes things happen. The magician basically relies on the magician. So this is the ultimate independent person right here. Now, but independent on what? Look, the earth, the air, fire, water. Independent on nature, on source, universe, God itself, the goddess itself. Put down another card. Okay. Here we have the card Six of Cups of the past. We have Temperance, trying to balance out the new situation that we find ourselves in, which is going to take a lot of patience because it's going to take a lot of time to transition. In the meantime, things do appear to be suspended. Hangman. Well, they are. They've come to a screeching, like, let's hold until we get this right, till we figure out what it is. A lot of things are happening behind the scenes that we don't see, and that's very important. You don't move if you don't know where you're going or what's going on. Excuse me. Excuse me. Some of us are becoming much more intellectual, much more less emotional, more of a thinking type of person. And this type of thinking is what is going to push us ahead. And look at this. Look right. I just picked this up right next to it. Look. Emotional withdrawal. And interesting to see what's next. Emotional withdrawal and focus on personal security. Financial security. In other words, we're not crying about this anymore. We've got to been up all night over this. Nine of Swords. We've got to think things through. I don't know why I'm picking up all these cards like this. We've got to find other like-minded people and join with them for hope and healing. It's the star. And we've got to go get it, and we've got to go get it fast. We've got to find a new way of doing things. We have to find a new way of thinking. No more time to lollygag. You don't have time to be emotional about anything else anymore. You have got to defend yourself from what you thought you were safe from. To be empowered enough to move forward on your own towards your new beginnings. And going towards those new beginnings, there are definitely conflicts. But the future is your future and no one else's. And the future, it seems to be here, is legacy through the family. But there's some hopes and fears about that. Some people have strong feelings about family because they've been abandoned by their families. Yes, that's what I said, abandoned by their families, and that has become so burdensome for them. The light is at the end of the tunnel because they will get their balance, their just due. Now, you see all these cards, you can't see anything, can you? Okay, I saw those. Now let me move these on the side because the end of the deck is fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. Put this over here. At the end of the deck, we need change because we're stuck in a position where we do not know what to do. Some of us need change because it's time for them to stand up on their own and claim their own title. their own position, their own place in the world. There is a decision, a choice has got to be made from the old ways to the new ways through study, learning, and for some investigation. We are going to learn. So many of us are going to try to hold on to what we have. But in the meantime, it looks to me like we have seeds of the new beginnings again. And here we'll be able to stand up as our own person. And why is that so important? It's so important because the old ways are gone, which leads to open the road for the new ways. And in the new ways, there is a path that must be traveled now. It's not going to be an easy path. We'll struggle through it, but we'll be able to stand on our own 2 feet after a while. We'll become more introspective. We'll be able to bash through what is phony and what is real, who is real and who is not. We'll be able to discern that on our own, and that will guide us to our happiness and to our success. That would be for like the next 10 years, and then it'll be a complete stop or a slowdown. We'll get to evaluate what we've done so far to bring about our security, financial, emotional, and otherwise. And from a full cup that we will have established, we'll be able to offer that information to other people. Okay? We'll be stable for a while. Now, let's see what major changes are going to take place. Let's look at our, oops, you may grab for the wrong thing. Let's look at the love life. And then we're going to look at the business and career section. What changes are taking place in our love life? In the way we love, not just romantically, but how we relate to other people we love. And if you can hear that music, must apologize. I'm terribly sorry, but I have no control of that. That's another lesson to learn. You control what you can and what you cannot. You just leave it alone or get out the way. That is outside somewhere. Okay. What major changes will we have to look and experience, I would say, look forward to in our love lives? So this ought to be interesting. Okay. Oh, this is the Urban Tarot deck. Okay. This is the Seven of Pentacles. You can't see it here, but the word at the bottom is failure. Those red discs, those are supposed to be pentacles. As beautiful as this deck is, it doesn't show very well on camera. But have I done so much to get so little? So we have this thought of, should I invest any more energy into these relationships, into these other people? 5 of Wands, there's so much conflict here. We're not on the same page. And this again is the 9 of Wands. This is when you've been through so much that you feel like, all right, I got knocked down, but I'm back up again. So this is the change that's taking place here. And here's the culprit. For some, it could have been addiction problems. You could be involved with someone with addiction problems or mental health problems of some sort, or just major insecurities that are causing them or causing you to really act in a non-relational manner. Hold up. Oh, and here we have the friends, abundance, happiness with friends. That's at the end. I'm going to look into this. We have 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and the Devil. So what we have here, it seems to me, someone is trying to move forward and someone else is not moving at all. Okay. I've got my Love Oracle cards, well, Hidden Truth Oracle cards here. Uh, what is all of this about? What needs to be said? Or what's been hidden? Failure, strife, conflict, fortitude, and the devil. What is all of this about? This is about change, changes that need to take place. So what is this? What is this? People want to change. But before any changes can take place, there must be some information received. Okay. Here's one. We need to let each other go. And for some, it's I'm so attracted to you. Uh-oh. I want to feel that way again. And I am grateful for this spiritual lesson. That's what it is. It is a spiritual lesson that we're going through. It is a spiritual lesson that we're going through right about now. Put these over here. Because some of you, Seven of Pentacles, I don't want to put any more effort into this relationship. We need to let each other go. I'll lay that on top of here. And we have a conflict here. I'm so attracted to you. Yeah, but you might not be interested. And here is the person who has been through the ringer and is standing up on their own 2 feet almost. Nine of Wands. I want to feel that way again. I want to feel loved again. And here is the dance with the devil. Through the addictions, through the hookups, through the drugs. And what does it say? I am grateful for learning the spiritual lesson. Because you best believe that was a spiritual lesson that has been learned. So, wow. So far we can see while we're going through all these changes. What else can we expect to go through? Let's see. What's changing for us now? Gypsy deck. What is changing for us now? I'm beginning to believe, if I haven't said it before, that change is our own very personal spiritual upgrade. But it's not just on an individual level, it is on a global level. But right now, we're just talking about us. What changes can we expect? What further changes can we expect from now on? Should I put a time date on it? All right, Spirit says 6 months. What changes can we expect within the next 6 months? Using the Gypsy deck, what changes can we expect within the next 6 months? Oh, I forgot to look up money. I'll do that next. Money and careers. Money, careers, or jobs and businesses. Okay, this is changes in the next 6 months. Then again, who knows? These cards might be able to answer all of that. All right, conversation very well will be changing. A conversation regarding trust and faithfulness. So it's going to be a lot of conversations regarding trust. Can I trust you? Who can I trust? Who can I not trust? Can I trust myself? That's interesting. Conversations regarding trust. Sounds like Sunday school. And somebody's going to be surprised because they either have a wife or they're becoming a wife and mother. Also, somebody might be very surprised to hear a conversation regarding marriage. or having a conversation. I said hearing a conversation. I mean having a conversation regarding marriage. Mm. Now this is interesting because it's going back to the conversation about let's find out ways to get money. Let's go check things out. Other people will be more focused on health. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to take a whole different look at our values. We're getting away from the material stuff. We're getting back to the intrinsic values again. And we're going to be more health focused. Yes, because we have the monkeypox out here now. Others, oh, look at this. I have death in the service here provided, and that's transportation. Others will be very, very curious about the transition of death, of life, life's transition. What's on the other side? The afterlife. So this is going to be quite interesting. In other words, they're not going to think people like me are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when I throw down cards or when I start talking with people who have crossed over. So mediumship is going to be taken very, very seriously. And I find that refreshing. Refreshing. So is there anything else? Spirit says, take two more. Okay. And we see this now. Men are talking about marriage. But it's the pleasure seekers here. So the bachelors want to be married now. Now that's a conversation. I guess they're older now. Didn't say mature, just said older. So this is going to be some interesting times here that we're experiencing. And I think we're doing Charles Dickens things. It was the worst of times, it was the best of times. Right now, it's a changing time. And the best thing you can do is ground yourself. You ground yourself in your religious beliefs. You ground yourself in your spiritual practices. You ground yourself with your chanting. You ground yourself with your morning and evening devotions. And if you want to throw one in there for lunchtime devotions, that'd be perfectly fine. Because before anything is going to be calmed, there's got to be more upheaval. Not as big, I don't think, as we've gotten hit with within these last couple of months. What's next, Spirit? The next big upheaval. Monkeypox and money. Monkeypox and our money. More job loss. What else, Spirit? What else? That we're going to be concerned with as a collective. Interesting alternatives to abortions will be offered. Not talking about an adoption. That's not that good an idea. Spirit is not saying it. It's I feel that it's not that good an idea. Uh ooh, vasectomies? Okay. Our country is doing a complete and total overhaul. So what's happening in the United States and probably other companies, if you're within the sound of my voice, it's probably happening in your area too. And that is the area is going to go, this is computer terms. It's called a shutdown reboot. It's more vast than the control alt delete reset or restart, but it is necessary. It's really required. Uh, and it's required because it came from above, high, high above. And when I say above, I'm not talking about government, I'm talking about the heavens, higher, because they're going through something similar. They're not going to shut down and reboot. They can't, but they can shut us down and reboot us once they get their thing together. Ain't that something else? Once they get their thing together. And that seems to be, we're right in alignment with them because there were some um, repressive, restrictive, and downright destructive energies uh, in their wake also. I said in their wake. How about in their realms that faked it to be of love and light when they were not? And now it shows. Um, let's just go back. That was on change, folks. So right now, let's just go back and let's look at this week. Yeah, I've got some time this afternoon. What can we expect for this week? What does this week look like for our collective here? Um, what does the week look like for the collective? Folks, I am starting a membership. I just can't figure out what I'm going to put on the membership. That's an idea. I'm going to drop it in the polls. What would you like me to do? What would you like to be offered in the membership to join me, Grand Madam Tarot, and the collective? It's $4.99 a month. I just don't know what to put on it. But in the meantime, I'll have that in my community tab. What is the week going to be like? What is the week going to be like? Okay, tarot team. All right. Overall energy. Having to do with the mother, maternal energy, emotions. Oh, joy. Here we go with this again. Well, no, it's not over yet. Here's the Empress. This is the Great Mother. So we're going to be dealing with to be or not to be a mother. And look who's crossing this. Some King of Wands. The King of Wands. This is... I'm going to just say it. I'm going to just say it. Now, I know it's a fire sign and all that good stuff. This is not particularly about the fire sign, but I find it quite interesting. The kings are over 30, 35 and older, okay? And this whole debate and issue seems to be brought about by the King of Wands, or the Kings of Wands. But the crazy part is the King of Wands is the hoe of the deck, the male hoe. So it seems, this whole beef with about terminations and things like that, the conflict is with the male hoe, the King of Wands. And that's what he is. So it's interesting that the main people who have the biggest problems with the terminations are the male hoes. Let's continue. There is even a card of the King of Wands, and the staff is a huge phallus. All right? Isn't that interesting? All right. Hermit card. We have a lot of people who are isolating themselves or who have already started isolating themselves because they know what they're looking at is fraud. It's a delusion. So people have started to withdraw to go within to find out what's real and what is not because they can't trust their eyes. They can't trust the television news. They can't trust the movies. They can't trust anything that they thought that they knew before because now they're seeing something totally different. They can't even trust their own religion. And here we have the judge, King of Swords. He don't care about how you feel. The law is the law. Did you see Judge Dredd? Sylvester Stallone. The law is the law. That's who he is. That's what this is. Very cold-blooded, cut and dry. Can be extremely harsh. And here we go with this guy again. Could be Capricorn energy, though. Could be a time to clean up your stuff, throw the declutter, organize. That could also be this energy. But see the male and female, the man and woman at the bottom. Let me see if I can get. Look at their shackles. Look around his neck. Look around her neck. That's enough room for a 16-inch necklace. They're not shackled by, nobody's shackling them. They're shackling themselves. And they're shackled by what? Desire. Their own desires. You see the fire? What else is on here? Yeah, I got the fire. And you see, look. You see the devil? That is a torch, and the devil then snuck and lit my boy's tail on fire. Here she goes with the grapes. Hi there. How are you? Would you like a grape? So uncontrolled desire is what's happening right about now. Unrestrained desire. And now people are trying to figure out, well, wait a minute, how can we get stable again with all this fire going on here? For what? Yeah, there's been some manipulations. We know about that in the news. Mental manipulations. Swords are always mental. And now the fear is, which way do I go? Which way do I turn? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be a woman. I don't know how to be a man. I don't know. I don't want anybody to find out that either. As a woman, as a man, what should I be doing? I don't know. Where do I stand? I don't know. Okay, we're going to have to watch the stock markets again. Crypto. This is money message. And it seems to me that the money message is going to set the environment or set a foundation for all of these questions. All of them. And we have the chariot, Cancer energy, trying to move forward, blocked by the devil. And, oh, we're going to hear some stuff on the news. Some more stuff. This is Aries energy. And look at this. This is big. These are major arcana cards. We have the chariot trying to move forward. The devil blocking. Oh, the devil in the way. And then the tower. The tower. And what this basically means that this energy is pushing hard to move forward. This energy is blocking hard, almost like Ravens defense in football. And what is happening is going to be a big explosion. So just keep watching the news. It's going to be quite interesting this weekend. Quite interesting. Our mental challenge for the weekend is, and it's going to happen fast. Look at this. 8 of Wands. Through the airwaves. Some people will be leaving. Some people will be relocating. And it's going to be people some of us like a lot. I'm thinking on the news, and we're going to be left with options. Here we go again, confusion. We're going to be, yeah. So, okay, ground yourselves again. Since you'll probably be more emotionally upset, use the ooh, the eyes, your heart. Keep your heart open and clear, and stay settled, because we're getting ready for another uproaring week of change, and it's going to be some more dismissals, resignations. I'm not saying that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be quite interesting to see who is leaving office, leaving the department, leaving the home. Let them go. They do not belong with you anymore. Let them go. Okay? Yeah. Some will pass. They are going through the portal to the other life. And yeah, I'm beginning to believe that spirit. When good people pass over like that, that means, and this is not something out of Sunday school, they're more needed on the other side than they are here. And when I say needed, I mean they are needed. They got a job to do over there that they cannot do focused on us. And they've been called, we need you back here. Okay. So we're going to be experiencing that. That's going to be saddened a lot. That's when you have, it's like, for some people, it's time to go home because, like they're needed. And they're needed over there to help us over here. It's a mess in the afterlife right now. And even they have to get it straightened up. What do I mean it's a mess? Have you done your purging lately? Have you done your decluttering, your spiritual decluttering? Well, that's what I mean. It's a mess over there. We would call that a mess. Okay. Just, yeah, sometimes you have to. Yeah, oh, wow. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a mess. Okay. My conversation with spirit. All right. Uh, that's going to be it, folks. Don't even worry about it. Don't be confused. Basically, sit back and watch. There are going to be a lot of conflicting views. There are going to be a lot of lies being told and exposed. And it's going to be by people you're going to like, what? If we can't believe in your word, who can we believe in? Yourself. Yourselves. And that's where we are right now. But as I said, it's going to be an interesting week. Very interesting week. Now, I would not say do a whole media blitz like I am because it might really work your nerves. Well, if you do, just make sure you ground after each. When you feel yourself going up, when you feel the anger coming, or when you feel the sadness or the fear, it's time to ground. Turn it off. Watch a comedy. That'll help tremendously. And I'm gonna wrap it up right here. This is Grand Madam wishing you much love. So probably by the end of this week, I'll have my membership set up after I see what's on the poll. Okay. Bye bye.